Yeah, baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine, though. When it's over, I press
for level 900. I just hit it a little bit ago, and I thought I'd bring you guys a video that way you guys could know what my stats are and all that. And I'm gonna end up doing another one when I get to level 1000, so you can look forward to that in the future when I get there. Hopefully it won't take me too long though. I'm hoping maybe like another month or month and a half and I'll be at level 1000. But I won't keep you guys waiting any longer, and let's go ahead and get into my stats. So my KD is a 1.75, which isn't great, but it's not bad either. I usually go positive, so I've been doing a lot better lately, so that's kind of been helping it go up. My win-to-loss ratio is a 1.39, which is not really good, but it could be a lot worse, I guess. My score per minute isn't very high, which is not really a big deal to me. I don't really care about score per minute. And it would be higher, but I play a lot of Search and Destroy, as you'll see. And I don't really play like Domination or Kill Confirmed or anything like that, so I'm not really expecting it to be very high. So, actually, let's go and do medals. So for my medals, I only have one Brutal. Yeah, I'm not that good. 2 Mega Kills, 6 Relentlesses. Everything else is just, I don't know, kind of low. Quad feeds I have 45, which I don't really go for clips or anything. It's just I kind of just play to play. It's not really a huge competition like on who does better. It's just trying to have fun. Ruthlesses I have 65, which I guess it's alright just for average player. As we go down, 523 Mercilesses. Almost 5,000 Bloodthirsties, which is pretty good. Which most of those I got when I was going for my Dark Matter and everything, so that kind of helped with some of those. And then one shot, one kills. I used to do a lot of hardcore, which I don't do hardcore very often anymore. And then I also snipe every once in a while, so that kind of helps with that as well. For score streaks, I used a lot of Wraiths and the HCXD, which I use a lot of HCXDs because, again, I do a lot of Search and Destroy, so you don't really run high score streaks in Search, so that's why it's so high. For Wraps, 363, which isn't too bad, I guess. Could be worse, but I don't really run Wraps very often. I usually just run, like, Wraith, UAV, and, like, Hater. It's kind of what I like to run if I'm not playing Search and Destroy, which is usually TDM, but 57 kills with the Mothership. I never run the Mothership. It's really not that good of a score streak for how high of a like kills that it takes to get it. It's not really worth using. It's really hard like to get kills with, and it's just overall not a very good score streak. Game mode. Kills in Search and Destroy, almost 8,000, which Search and Destroy is like one of my favorite game modes, so that's kind of going to be up there a little bit. Victories, I've gotten 37, 17, which is not too bad, pretty good. Hero, which again that's Search and Destroy. I usually try to defuse the bomb, and then most of these like go for like other game modes. So, and I don't really play a lot of other game modes, so they're not going to be very high. If we go back to my guns, my highest gun that I use the most is the KN. I don't really use it a lot anymore, but when the game first came out, I absolutely was in love with this gun. It was just amazing, and I used to use it all the time. And like when I used to do hardcore, like TDM and stuff, this gun was just god tier. The VMPs is actually starting to get up there a little bit. I've been using it a lot. It's like I found a class setup that's really good for it, and I like use this gun almost non-stop now. So it's kind of my go-to gun. The Razorback, I'm actually surprised it's kind of up here that much because I don't use it very often, but I guess that is what it is. Surprisingly, the M8 I only have like 3,200 kills with, which I use the M8 a lot for search and destroy. Um, for shotguns, like my most used shotgun is the Brecci, which I don't really like using the Brecci very much because I don't know, it kind of is just a really annoying gun like to get killed by, which I understand like being on the opposite end of it, so I'm not gonna use it if I don't like getting killed by it because it takes no skill to use. It's just one of those guns where if you pick it up, you're gonna get kills with it. The RK5, which I kind of use with the M8, it's I like to call the RK5 like a pocket M8 because it's just really good and it's kind of just as good as the M8. Well, not with range, but I like using it a lot. For snipers, I always use the Locust. That or I sometimes use the P06, but I don't like it as much as the Locust. The Locust is just I don't know. It's just like always been my favorite sniper. It kind of reminds me of the Ballista from Black Ops 2, so that's why I use it so much. Um, Most of these other guns, the Marshalls, I've been using the Marshalls a lot lately. Um, I don't know why. It's just kind of like one of those guns where it can get you out of situations where you shouldn't put yourself in. So if you pull these out, you can usually survive. And all these other guns, I've actually been using the XR2 a little bit more, so hopefully I'll have over a couple thousand kills by the time I get to Prestige Master Level 1000. But KRM I never use, MR6 I never use. The HG40 I absolutely hate. I'm decent with it, but I hate it. Back in World at War it used to be really good, but they nerfed the shit out of it, so it's not really good anymore, but that's just my opinion. Rest of the guns are just, I don't know, not very high. I don't like using them. They're kind of not very fun. Definitely the Shadow Claws. Those were a nightmare to like get dark matter on and everything. That was terrible. And then there's like most of ones at the bottom are like melee weapons because I don't really run around with melee weapons because that ruins my KD and I don't want to have a negative KD, so I try not to use them. And for specialist, the Purifier is definitely probably my favorite specialist and probably like the whole game. It's definitely my top three that I've been using recently, which I usually use it on TDM and every once in a while when I play Domination I'll use it, but that's not very often. Combat Focus I kind of use quite often because if I can get more than one set of like Wraps or Wraith in one game, like it's pretty good. So I like using that. That way I can try to get the streaks a little quicker. I mean, I don't really need to use it. I'm capable of getting the streaks. It's just anything that makes it easier I try to use. Heat Wave I'm surprised isn't really higher, but it is what it is. I use it a lot during Search and Destroy because it's just kind of one of those things that I feel like a lot of people use, so I guess I just kind of fit in. Um, a lot of these other ones I don't really like using. The Scythe is, I know a lot of people like it, but like to me it's not that good. I can never like really go off with it or anything. I usually only get like 1 or 2 kills and I die. The Sparrow, absolutely hate using. It's a terrible specialist. Glitch I've been using a little bit more in search. That way it kind of gets me out of situations that I don't want to be in. Rejack, I hate Rejack. It is just, I hate it. I used it just so I could get my hero armor for the specialist. But after that I quit using it. Which is kind of the same for like most of these. Like I only used them for to get hero and then I quit using them. Equipment. I don't like using equipment. To me, it's just kind of a waste of a spot for your creative class, so I try not to use them. But like every once in a while, I'll use like trip mines because like on Nuketown, I usually like throw them over the bus, and it usually gets like a kill sometimes, so I use that. But like I don't use like concussions, flash, EMPs, or really none of this. The only reason I used the Black Hat so much, which is at the bottom, but the only reason I used it was to go for the challenge of hacking stuff, which now when you try to hack anything, it takes like forever to do it, so it's not even worth using anymore. When you go over to my specialist, UAV and counter UAV, it's kind of what I like to use in search. It's kind of helps my team out, so anything that helps my team out and hopefully they can pick up a couple kills from it and keep them hidden from the UAV, it's always a good idea to run. So I always try to run those. And then HCXD, I use a lot because it's Search and Destroy, which is my favorite game mode. So I'm always running that. And then my Wraith, I love the Wraith. The Wraith is really good. I like using it in TDM because, I don't know, it's just one of those where it's definitely going to get you like 4 or 5 kills like per game. So it's pretty nice. And then Hardened Sentry used to be at the top of my score streaks, but now anymore I don't really use it unless I get it out of like a care package or something. I just don't really like using it. Wraps, again, I don't really use wraps very often. I just feel like it's not one of my favorite score streaks, so I don't know why I would use it. Hater, I've been using the Hater a little bit more. It's pretty good, like it's really helpful, so it's definitely probably going to be a lot higher by the time I get to level 1000. And then the rest of these, like, the only reason I have so many kills with them is from care packages. Because, except for Mothership, because you can't get a Mothership out of a care package, but I usually don't run Mothership because it's just, that is, kind of gets to a point where it's, like, too hard to get. But, like, again, like I said earlier, it's not very good at getting kills. It's probably, to be honest, one of the worst score streaks in the game, in my opinion. Probably right behind the Guardian, but I guess it could be worse. For the power core, you can't get kills with the power core. Well, you might be able to, like, if you destroy equipment while someone's standing next to it or something, but rather than that, I don't use it very often. For the game modes, like I said, TDM and Search, my top favorite ones that I absolutely love playing. In TDM, my KD is 1.83, which not great. It's really not that good, but not bad either. For my KD in Search and Destroy, 1.91. I usually almost have like a 2 KD with it, like in the game mode, so it's been going up a lot lately with a score per minute of 105, which is actually really good because my score per minute in Search used to be like a 95 or to 97, and then it's kind of went up a lot, so that's pretty good. And then kind of the rest of these I don't really play very often, so like the Uplink, Demolition, and Fracture, which Fracture is actually a really good game mode. It's just I don't like playing it solo, which I don't always have someone to play with, so I tend to not play it very often. And then Capture the Flag. I hate Capture the Flag. I'm terrible at it. And the only reason I have like so many games played with it is because of Arena, which nobody plays Arena very much anymore, so I usually don't play it. And then Demolition, I'm gonna try to get my 50 wins done by Prestige Master, so hopefully I'll be able to get that done. And then same with Uplink, I'm gonna try to get that done as well. Which I guess that's kind of it for the game modes. I don't really play a lot of different game modes. It's usually one of two game modes that I play, which is TDM and Search. And then Arena, I know you guys probably don't care about Arena, which I don't really care about it either. Game modes is Search and Destroy, which I'm happy with because I love Search, and then Hardpoint, which I don't like Hardpoint, or Uplink, or Capture the Flag, which those are like the only ones that come up in Arena, so which I feel like for them to have fixed arena, they should have added like maybe like one more. Like they should have added like I don't know, maybe like safeguard. I feel like safeguard would have been good in arena. It would have been like really competitive and stuff, which I would have liked. Um, I'm not gonna spend too much time into this because I guess you guys don't really care about arena, but heat wave's my most used, and then the VMP, which I'm actually negative with like almost every gun in arena, because like usually when you play arena, you get into like people that actually try in the game, so you're gonna run into tryhards and like some pub stompers that will come over from public matches to go into arena, which nothing wrong with that. I guess that's where competitive people like to go, so I guess that's that. And then trophy system I use a lot because hardpoint in arena is really like it comes up a lot, so trophy systems kind of help with like frags and C4s and all that stuff. Um, I think that's really about it, guys. I don't really have nothing special. I guess I could go through my creative classes that I have. Oh, I custom. So I've kind of been working on XR2 a little bit. I am actually about to prestige it again, which I'm gonna go ahead and do. So for my first class, it's the XR2 with L4 Siege, which I'm going for Dark Matter on the L4 Siege, which I usually always forget to shoot down score streaks, but I'm working on it. And then Combat Axe, just for the fun of it, try to get across the map or something. And then Sixth Sense, Hardwired, Dead Silence, and Awareness, which usually I sometimes like to use this class in Search and Destroy, so that's why I have those two on there. My rushing class, which is the VMP with rapid fire and stock and grip and quick draw. To me, this is like the best class setup that you can make. Which I don't like putting an optic on it. Which if I pick up like a VMP with like an optic on it in a public game, I would rather just run around with my fist because it bothers me so much when people put an optic on it. But I guess that's that. And then I have Sixth Sense, Hardwired, and Dead Silence. On all my classes, I have freaking Sixth Sense and Hardwired because I'll use most of these classes in Search and Destroy, which is just kind of what I like to use in Search. That way, I can kind of see where people are, and then I can like counter like any type of equipment, and I can counter Sixth Sense, so it's really helpful. Um, my main Search and Destroy class is the M8 with a reflex, high caliber, and rapid fire. And then with the marshals, like I said, I've been using the marshals more because it gets you out of sticky situations. And then trip mine, because trip mines can sometimes get you killed, not always, but. And then again, Sixth Sense and Hardwired and Dead Silence as usual. My Man of War class, which I don't really use this a lot during Search, but I usually use this in TDM. And it has grip, quick draw, and stock, which I think stock on most assault rifles are pretty good. I don't really like using it for the M8 because usually the M8 you're kind of back a little bit, and you don't really need to be aiming fast or anything. And then again, Sixth Sense, Hardwired, and Dead Silence. My Vesper class, which I really don't use the Vesper that much anymore. Like, only reason I have this class set up is because it used to be like really good. Then they nerfed the shit out of it, so no, I don't really use it very much. But I had grip, quick draw, and extended mags. And then I had Afterburner, Sixth Sense, Hardwired, and Dead Silence, which I never used this in Search. It was just like TDM, but I think I'm actually going to change this out for a different weapon. Maybe like for the Kuda or something, because Kuda's pretty good. My shotgun class. Now, this class I usually don't use. I only use it if I'm in a lobby and like they're kind of like making me mad a little bit. So I'll like pull this out and definitely go positive. So, but it has rapid fire, long barrel, fast mags, and extended mags. That way I can shoot as much as possible. And then when I do have to reload, I can do that pretty quickly. And then I have Sixth Sense, Hardwired, and Gung Ho, because with a shotgun you want to be able to shoot from the hip while being able to continue to keep moving. So that's why. My KN class, which I've had this KN class since like probably since I first unlocked like this far into creative classes. I've been always using the KN because the KN's like it's like a solid gun that I like to use. It's like the recoil isn't that bad and its damage is pretty good. And I have a reflex, extended, rapid, and quick draw with the RK5, which, like I said, I love the RK5. It's like a pocket M8, so it's kind of like having um, overkill but without actually having overkill, you know. And then again, Sixth Sense, Hardwired, Dead Silence. My sniper class, which is kind of newbie, but I guess I'm never claimed to be a pro at this game. I have Thermal and Rapid Fire with the Marshall's dual wield, which for the Marshalls I always have them dual wield. It's just my favorite attachment to have. It's like in case you get a hit marker on that first shot, you can always like pull off the second one and definitely make sure you get the kill. And then Sixth Sense, Hardwired, Fast Hands because you're using the sniper, and if you need to switch, you can do that quickly. And then Dead Silence. And for my last two classes, I have the Pharaoh with Quick Draw and Stock, which Stock on the Pharaoh like really does help out. Even though it's an SMG and you already move quick, like you move really fast with it, which I really like. And then I have Sixth Sense, Ghost, Hardwire, Dead Silence, and Awareness, which that class actually I don't use very often, which so I might actually switch that out. I mean, it's a pretty good class, but like I feel like I can make something better. Then my Razorback class, which I don't really use this very often. Like I'll use it every once in a while in search, but I don't really think this is my best class I have. But it has Quick Draw, Grip, Suppressor, and Stock. And then, as always, Sixth Sense, Hardwired, and Dead Silence, which the perks are good, but I don't know why I have a suppressor on it. I guess it doesn't really take away the damage too much because the Razorback doesn't have great damage anyway, but it is what it is. And to be honest, I really think that's it. Current score streaks right now is HCX to UAV and care package because I've just got done with a game of search. And I think that's it, guys. Level 900, and that's my stats and everything, and like my creative classes and everything. So, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. And a couple of updates. I got a strike on a video that I made a couple weeks, well, not a couple weeks ago, but like a few days ago. And so I'm not going to continue with doing any Let's Plays because I don't want my channel to get, taken down this early when, well, sorry if you heard that. Been playing Clash of Clans a lot, which is really fun. But yeah, I'm not going to continue with the Let's Plays, so this channel is just going to stick to the core passion of Call of Duty. I might be playing a few other games that are going to be coming out next year, like if Friday the 13th the game comes out next year, I'll definitely be playing that. So I'll probably might take over Call of Duty for maybe a few weeks. So, but we'll see. We'll see how I like it. Which it actually sounds like a really good game. So I can't wait to be able to play it. And then I think that's all. Oh, also make sure you guys like leave a comment down in the comments below. Like, let me know what you guys want to see. I just like give me some suggestions and we'll see what I can do. Like, I might be able to like play some games that you guys want to see. So I've usually been getting a lot of views, but like not like a lot of comments. So I don't know what you guys want to see. So leave it down in the comments what you guys want to see. If there's like a certain class you want me to use, like a crappy class, I'll use it and I'll try to go like for like a 3 KD or something like that. Like go for like a certain challenge, or if there's like a game mode that you want me to play that I usually don't play, let me know. I would love to, give you guys what you like to see. So with saying that, I think that's all that I really have to say, and I kind of showed you like everything that I wanted to show you. But this has been my level 900, and again, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.